Welcome back, everyone. Well, two bears were rescued from a restaurant attraction in Kosovo where they lived in a 60-square-foot cage. The two were taken from their mother by animal traders when they were a few weeks old, but the owner of the restaurant objected to the bears' removal, saying U.S. peacekeeping forces gave him the bears when they were cubs years ago. Authorities in Kosovo have now ordered the two bears, named Ari and Arena, to be relocated to a bigger sanctuary set up by the animal charity For Paws. All right, that is all for S&N Good Morning this half hour, but stick around. Suncoast FYI is next.
I'm Wendy Manresnick, and this is Suncoast FYI. When you think of rum, you might think Bacardi. Stop right there and think local. Think really good. Think Siesta Key Rum. You drive past the signs on North Trail all the time. When was the last time you looked in Jungle Gardens? We'll give you some reasons to stop by. And speaking of a reason to stop, walk along our block here on Main Street and smell the aroma of Il Panificio. And we hear about good things going on at the Pines of Sarasota. All next on Suncoast FYI. Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. Troy Roberts is the founder, CEO, and head distiller for Drum Circle Distilling, the makers of Siesta Key Rum. So, Troy, tell us about the transition from rum drinker to rum maker.
Well, it was a pretty natural transition for me. I like rum, and I've always been interested in the way that rum is made. And when the opportunity presented itself, I just decided to get a still and start making rum.
Wow, so the name of your company, Drum Circle, so did you get that from the Siesta Key?
Yeah, I grew up on Siesta Key, and of course the Drum Circle is one of my favorite things to do, so it just seemed like a good name for the company.
Isn't that nice? Well, I've been to drum circles, and those are really fun. So when I saw that name on your company, I said, well, he must be a cool guy. Very evolved with the drum circle stuff. So tell us about the difference between the small batch rums and the other rums that we hear about sometimes. Heaven forbid, Bacardi and the other rums.
Well, Siesta Key Rum is a small batch rum. And by
what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, by that, what I mean is we make it by hand in small batches. It's not a big continuous process like you'll find with the major producers. It's kind of like the difference between getting a Wonder Bread or a mass-produced bread and going to your local artisan baker and getting something that's just a higher quality.
Interesting. And so when you have the bigger rum makers, what's the difference in what, people, I guess, from the old days, rum and Coke, and they would...
Right.
So how is it different when you're making it in small batches for the taste and, compared to those?
I'll give you an example. When we make our spiced rum, which are the bottles we have sitting right here, I use real spices. We've had sales reps actually come by and try and sell us what they call liquid spiced rum flavors, and that's what most of the big guys use. But we literally grind up spices, we put it into the rum, we put in honey for the sweetener, and we filter it all back out after a couple of days, and it's just made in a batch, and you end up with real flavors. It's a much better tasting rum, in my opinion.
Interesting. And so you have different flavors, though. You have silver, gold, and the spice we just talked about. Tell us about the silver and gold. You put real gold in there?
No, the gold comes from the color. The difference between the silver and the gold is that the silver is a much younger rum, and the gold is actually aged in small oak barrels, and the barrels are charred on the inside. So the rum picks up a gold color from the char on the inside of the barrels, and that's where the name comes from.
And how many bottles do you make at once from a small batch?
Each batch is probably about 112-pack cases, somewhere around 1,000 to 1,200 bottles in a batch.
And do you sell them just locally, or are you regional, countrywide? How
locally, Sarasota, of course, is the heart of our operation, but we're all across Florida in Total Wines, we're in ABC, we're in Publix,
Wow.
Most of the local guys carry us as well. And then as of January, Total Wine took us across the country. So we're as far away as Seattle, Washington, and Los Angeles, and New Jersey. And
oh, congratulations.
So
that's amazing.
we're a tiny little company, but the rum's getting out there.
Isn't that terrific?
Yeah.
Wow. And so you're opening up a tasting room?
Yeah, actually, there's been a big change in Florida law recently where we're going to be able to sell rum direct to consumers. It's somewhat limited, only 2 bottles per year per person, but we're going to be able to do some cool special releases and things, and people can come in and take a tour and come into our tasting room, and that'll be later this summer. That should be getting started.
And have you received any awards for your rum?
Yeah, actually we have. Again, we're a tiny company, but we took the first contest we entered with our silver rum. We took first place in the biggest rum festival in the world.
Oh my
The next
heavens.
year we entered our spiced rum and we beat all the big guys again, took first place, best in class. The Caribbean Journal, of all places where they know their rums, named our spiced rum the best rum on the market, spiced rum of the year. Cooking Light magazine said it was one of the best artisan products in the United States. So yeah.
Wow, so I bet
we've been
somebody's gonna-
fortunate on the awards.
Well, congratulations. That's amazing that you have taken such a small company and started to grow it like it is. And we're so glad that
Thanks.
you're in Sarasota on Siesta Key.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks so much for being here today. And if they want to buy some Siesta Key rum, they can just go to any one of those places? Or?
Absolutely, or any of their local liquor stores should have it as well.
Okay, terrific. Thank you
Great.
so much.
Thank you, Wendy.
Next up on Suncoast FYI, Dane is here to tell us all about Sarasota Jungle Gardens. Stay with us.
Today is the day you decide to make a difference in your life and the lives of others. By enrolling in an allied health program at Southwest Florida College, you can work in healthcare sooner than you think. Don't wait to get started, because going back to school can open doors to a career that's worth every moment. Call Southwest Florida College today at 1-877-845-2993 or go online at swfctoday.com.
The best vehicles and the best prices are at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come see America's most awarded vehicle, the Chrysler 300, or take a test drive in the most awarded SUV of all time, Jeep Grand Cherokee. And this week, get a 2013 Dodge Charger for under $23,000 or a 2013 Jeep Patriot for under $15,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram today.
Listen. Feel the beat. From the director of Disney's Tony Award-winning musical Newsies, Oslo Repertory Theater presents the world premiere of Noah Racy's Pulse, the beat of song and dance. Now playing through June 16th. For tickets, call 351-8000 or go to oslorep.org.
Do you SRQ?
Do you SRQ?
Do you SRQ?
Do you SRQ?
Do you SRQ? Your town, your airport. Take the pledge.
Thanks for staying with us on Suncoast FYI. I don't know about you, but when I think of Sarasota Jungle Gardens, I think of that herd of flamingos, if that's what it's actually called, as a herd. But we have Dane Gotch here, curator at the Jungle Gardens, and hopefully he has a firm grip on our special guest, Tinkerbell, because actually this is the closest I have ever been to an alligator. So welcome, Dane, and welcome,
Thank you.
Tinkerbell.
Thank you very much,
You said I could pet
You
Tinkerbell?
can pet Tinkerbell for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
It feels he feels very nice.
Yeah.
Or she feels, what is it, it's a girl?
It's a girl. She's a female. She's a 4-year-old female American alligator. And you can also feel her belly, too. There's a very big difference between the back and the belly of an alligator.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a lot more smooth on the underside.
It is. Oh, and she's very cute, and she has, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but she has a little thing around her.
I do have a band around her snout for safety, just to make sure that you and I are nice and safe.
So glad that's not going to snap off or anything,
Absolutely
is it?
not.
So tell us a little bit about Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell is a 4-year-old alligator. She's one of our educational alligators. So have her at the gardens so that during our reptile encounters, people can pet and hold her and take pictures with her. We also, she does birthday parties, so we have birthday packages, and people come to the gardens to have their birthday, and they can actually have Tinkerbell or her brother Peter Pan come to their birthday party.
What a great idea. And so what ages do you usually get over there for birthday parties?
For birthday parties, it's a wide range. We've had some quite young and preteens and teenage. Usually around 16, birthday parties at the zoos are not as popular as the younger kids. But 6, 7, 8-year-olds, 11-year-olds, they definitely like to have these animals. I've had birthday parties with owls and alligators and turtles, and so the kids really love it.
How many people can be at a birthday party together? How many people could you invite?
We do. We have 3 separate packages, and it depends on the size of your party. I've had up to more than 50, and I've also had birthday parties that are a little more small and intimate. 4 or 5 family members. So it's any range we can tailor suit to your party size.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's really good to know. So you also have some annual events that and I've been to one of those annual events. So tell us I'm just going to continue.
Yeah, we do have some great annual events. We've got some really big ones. We have we celebrate the Christmas holiday. We do a holiday lights event. We do an Easter event. A big Easter hunt, egg hunt, people coming around. A lot of kids at those. But the next one coming up, our next big event would be our summer zoo camp. So between June 9th and August 10th, kids ages 6 to 13 can come out and be a part of a 9-week zoo camp program that we have.
So is this like a week at a time, or is it a 9-week program?
It is. We do ask that it's 1 week at least. You can do more than 1 week. You can stay for the whole 9 weeks. Each week is individual, but we ask that you don't break apart the weeks. So 1 week, 2 week, a week chunks.
And how much does it usually cost?
I'm actually not sure.
Not sure about how much it is? Well, we can find out. People can find out.
You'd have to get in touch with our marketing directors or get in touch with our us at the gardens. Call us up, 355-1112, and talk to us, and we'll give you all the information that you need to know about our zoo camp.
And what ages is that for?
It's 6 to 13 is the age group. Yep. And
so no adults, so I can't come to camp. Mentally, I'm actually
come and hang out if you want to, for sure, Wendy. It's a lot of fun for the kids. They get a chance to study not just the animals, but what it takes to work with animals, to be either a zookeeper or any other animal-related field. We have guest speakers come out from organizations like the FWC, Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. We have other speakers that come out to talk to them, and the kids get to do hands-on projects and build crafts. So it's always an interesting thing for them.
Well,
they learn a lot.
We only have a few seconds left, so just tell me quickly, what is the flamingo cam?
The flamingo cam. It's a 24-hour webcam that we have where you can watch our flamingo flock from anywhere in the world.
Oh my goodness, how fun.
Sign on. We have a brand new website up. Check us out on Facebook. And if you get online, you can find our flamingo cam, and it literally points right at our flamingo flock, and you can see our birds 24 hours a day.
From anywhere in the world.
From anywhere in the world.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Dane, and thank you so much, Tinkerbell, for being with us.
Absolutely,
You
Tinkerbell.
were certainly an experience for me to be able to do that. Up next on Suncoast FYI, please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Our neighbor is here from El Beneficio, but first, the latest from SNN Local News.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kathy Leone, and these are your SNN Local News headlines. A former Manatee County Sheriff's Lieutenant is arrested, charged with 3 counts of lewd and lascivious molestation on a child. The arrest of former Lieutenant Dale Couch follows a long criminal and internal investigation that began last summer. Investigators reopened the case in March due to new information. Couch was put on administrative leave in August and later fired. He heads to a hearing next week. A motorcycle driver is seriously injured after a hit-and-run crash on US 41. It happened Wednesday night as the rider was approaching Bayshore Gardens Parkway. The car involved left the scene after hitting the motorcyclist, who was taken to Manatee Memorial Hospital. Investigators are now looking for a small red or maroon compact car, possibly a Scion, with windshield or driver's side window damage. Call the Florida Highway Patrol if you have any information. And a Lakewood Ranch organization hopes to help provide shelter to some of the people displaced by Monday's deadly tornado in Oklahoma. Shelterbox USA provides everything from tents and water filter systems to blankets. Your donation could help them provide shelter to the most affected areas. Just log on to shelterboxusa.org to help. That's a look at your SNN Local News headlines. Back to Suncoast FYI after these messages.
To that moment where you can shine, even when the spotlight's off. Where will the chair take you? Fantastic Sam's. Your style awaits.
Hello. Nice tie. It's my pleasure to be interviewed by you. It's nice to meet you.
Are you ready to shine? Fantastic Sam's. Your style awaits.
Have you experienced Marina Jack lately? There are delectable new dishes for you to savor. From a lunchtime salad on the portside patio to a sumptuous seafood dinner in the elegant dining room, Marina Jack has the best seaside dining in Sarasota. Take a luxurious sightseeing lunch or sunset dinner cruise on the Intercoastal on Marina Jack 2. From alfresco casual dining with live music to the grand dining room, award-winning food awaits you here. Come experience Marina Jack.
Living for the weekend? At Daytona Cancer Center, we're dedicated to life and to helping make sure prostate cancer doesn't rob you of your weekends. Non-surgical care close to home in Sarasota and on the web at dattoli.com.
The Memorial Sale is going on now at Hudson's Furniture. Through Monday, buy all the furniture you want because you'll save 40 to 60% on living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and more. Plus, get free financing for 48 months and no money down. Or take an extra 10% off your purchase. 40 to 60% off, along with free financing and no down payment, or an extra 10% savings. The Memorial Sale through Monday at Hudson's Furniture.
School's in for summer at New College of Florida, featuring a wide variety of classes that are open to all. Classes start June 10th. Learn more at ncf.edu or call 487-4230. Register now.
And we're back now on Suncoast FYI. I have a little clarification from the last segment with Sarasota Jungle Gardens. Their camp is from June 10th till August 9th, and it's $230 per child per week. So if you're interested, just give Sarasota Jungle Gardens a call. Tracy Malone and Nick Castronuovo from Il Beneficio, and you're a neighbor here, right here on 1700 block of Main Street, and you have a number of locations, Gulfgate, Venice, and right here on Main Street. But first of all, welcome. I'm so glad that you're both
nice
here.
To be here.
And I have to tell you that I've known these people for a long time, since they opened this wonderful little pizza parlor restaurant, and this man I call Poppy. So I didn't even know that his name was Nick. So today he's Poppy to me, and his wonderful daughter-in-law.
And I love
Tracy.
to hear that.
So welcome, and so tell us, lots of different people, people have named this restaurant different names. What is the exact pronunciation?
Il Panificio.
Oh, so I did it right. Yes.
You
Good.
did.
And so what does that mean in Italian? Do we know?
Okay, it means a bread store. Pane is bread, and this, ficio, like an office, or
Baking
like
of the
a
bread.
store. Yeah.
Baking of the
Yeah.
bread. Oh,
Yeah.
great. Well, I never knew that, even though I had gotten the name
That's
correct.
how I started.
Really? In the bread business?
Yes.
Up north,
I'll tell you the whole story.
Well, I don't think we have time for the whole story.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
No,
you
but
have to tell
I
me
mean,
that another
briefly,
time.
I could tell you when I retired, we were in St. Pete Beach. And when I retired, I've been in business all my life, and I said, well, what do I do? What am I going to do? So my daughter says, don't go into real estate anymore. Go do something else. But every time we came to Florida, very briefly, I used to bring sacks of bread from my friends in New Jersey. I said, what are we going to do? I think we're going to stop making bread.
Good for you. We're glad you did.
Yes, so
Okay,
that's what we
so
service
now
40 to 50 different restaurants,
Oh,
from
I
Bradenton to Venice.
Now,
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that. And so your pizza, lots of...
That's part of the dough that we use it for the bread.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
Now, when we started that, I got a partner. He was a bread man. I'm a businessman. And when we started that, he says, look, you want to come down? He says, yes, I'll come down and make bread. Beautiful. So he come down, Florida, and we bought a place, and he come in to start bread. The first thing you know, I put a sign on the window, and it says, we're opening a new Italian bread store.
Yum, I love bread.
Okay?
And that's why we bake bread now at our Gulfgate
That's-
location. That's our commissary that we
that's-
distribute all the bread to Michael's on East, Gecko's.
Yeah.
Wow, so so from Gulfgate.
Yes,
you do all
Gulfgate's
that.
the
So now you also
commissary.
have a store in Venice?
Yes, and we also have Piatti too, which is a full bar and restaurant next to Pontificio on Gulfgate.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
mhm.
And
It's
that's
a-
a much bigger operation
Oh,
than the
yes,
one
yes.
on Main Street.
Yes, yes.
And what about Venice? Is that a small operation?
It's more like downtown. Yeah, it's got the same kind of feel as downtown. The Gulfgate's very contemporary, modern. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen it. I've been in there. So your pizza, which is famous around here,
Right.
what do you think it's known for? I mean, some restaurants, some pizza places are known for their crust, their sauce. What is Il Beneficio's known for?
It all stems back from the dough. This
the
is
dough.
we make bread, and that's what I try to tell you. They try to tell me you cannot make bread in Florida because the water is no good. Oh,
Well.
I get that right now. So anyway, I beat the odds. I said,
Yes, you did.
I said, wait a minute. We drink the water. How can it be bad?
Well, I want to ask you, besides the pizza, because I want to we only have like a couple of seconds left, I want to make sure that everybody knows, what else do you have there besides pizza?
Oh, I have a full state-of-the-art kitchen, wine cellar, full menu. Sandwiches, spaghetti and meatballs.
So in Gulfgate, you have like a full menu?
Yes, and Piatti also is a different menu. But yes, I have steak, I have fish, I have different appetizers. We have happy hour from 4 to 6 every day, $5 appetizers, $5 cocktails.
And this is in Gulfgate?
Yes.
So it's on the corner of Gulfgate Drive and Gateway.
It's 6630 Gateway Avenue.
Well, I love happy hours.
Yeah, you can come by.
Yeah, I will. And your pizza and everything is actually wonderful. I know you have pastry in there as well.
Yes, we make Napoleons, eclairs. We make everything at Gulfgate, and everything gets distributed to the other stores.
Well, it's Il Panificio, and we're so glad that you joined us today.
Thank you.
And we've got much more on Suncoast FYI, and we'll talk about the good work of the Pines of Sarasota with CEO John Overton and President Estelle Crawford. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Steve Duke, the owner of Westchester Gold and Diamonds. We've been the premier jewelry store for over 35 years in Charlotte County. Come on in and find out why.
Diamond tennis bracelets, anyone? Westchester Gold has them in all shapes and sizes. White gold, yellow gold, and platinum. Diamond stud earrings from 10 points to 6 carats. We always have Rolex watches in stock. And pick one of our Natalie K designer rings at Westchester Gold and Diamonds.
Westchester Gold Fabricators.
It's May, and Jessup's major appliance centers are celebrating Maytag Month. Plus, big rebates on other name brands. Super Maytag washer and dryer pair, only $9.97. Remodeling and replacing older appliances? Come see the expert staff at Jessup's major appliance centers and get the facts on hundreds of great deals. Great prices, great customer care. Nobody beats Jessup's major appliance centers. US 301 Boulevard East in Bradenton, East Venice Avenue in Venice, and Bee Ridge Road, Sarasota. 1019 Tamiami Trail, Port Charlotte.
No one deserves to be limited by another's perspective. Hi, I'm Grace Costello, a 7th grade student at Booker Middle School, and I'm proud to be a part of the 2013 Embracing Our Differences exhibit, celebrating diversity. We invite everyone to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity, acceptance, and tolerance at the 10th anniversary of Embracing Our Differences in Sarasota's Island Park, because differences are a gift, not a mistake.
We're back now on Suncoast FYI. John Overton is CEO of Pines of Sarasota, and Estelle Crawford serves as President, Pines of Sarasota Foundation. So welcome. I'm so glad you're both here today.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here.
Well, I'm glad. And John, give us an overview of the Pines.
Pines of Sarasota is a not-for-profit senior care community on 25 acres located just north of downtown Sarasota on Orange Avenue at 12th Street. We've been leading the way in senior care now for 65 years, which is sort of unbelievable.
And how long have you been there?
I've been at Pines for 12 years now, 12 years next month.
Well, terrific, because all I ever hear about the Pines is how fabulous it is.
Thank you very much. The big part of what makes that difference is the longevity of our staff, our senior caregivers. That's a very important feature. The other thing that's unique about Pines is that we have an intergenerational quality programming where we have 2 child care centers on campus to do a lot of activities with our seniors. And we have seniors in either skilled nursing or assisted living. So it's a fabulous place. And what's really interesting about the organization is we recently acquired the land immediately to the south of our campus, and gives us a great opportunity to make some fabulous things happen well into the future. So Pines has been there 65 years, but we believe that the future is bright, and it's much more important for us in the years ahead.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that as I get older. And and I understand, Estelle, that there's an educational component to the Pines?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
One of the many initiatives that Pines offers is an education institute, and we are so proud of that. It was actually created as a regional education training center, both for medical professionals as well as for family caregivers. You know, Wendy, the reality is that most people grow older at home, and they want to stay at home as long as possible. And so to support that aging in place, something that we wholeheartedly agree with and all of us hope to attain, we have provided just a whole host of resources. One of them are our DVDs, which have been incredible. We've got, about 12 DVDs now, one of them in Spanish, and they focus on information on how to deal with loved ones who have dementia, the journey of dementia, caregiving, a slew of things of that nature, and they are now being sold internationally because dementia and those sorts of related diseases don't have any borders.
Yes, I know. My mother had dementia, and it was very difficult to see that process and her, going down and not recognizing. And
it is, Wendy,
people
and these DVDs really allow people to develop and redevelop relationships under those circumstances and really provide cutting-edge ways innovative ways to interact with your loved ones that make it easier and improve quality of life for all concerned. And as you well know, it's a family issue.
And through the Education Institute, we want to keep people in their homes for as long as possible, and things like the DVD certainly help to achieve that.
That's terrific information, actually. So also I understand that you have a rehab for boomers and seniors.
Hey, that's pretty exciting for us. Over the last 10 to 12 years, Pines has gone through a significant transition to where people now that could go any place they want to go now come to Pines of Sarasota. And they come to it not only because of the excellence in care, but because of the excellent results we've been able to achieve in our rehabilitation. What makes that happen is we now have a total of 12 therapists that are capable of doing all kinds of treatments for physical, occupational, and speech therapy. You combine that with all the other things we've got on campus, and it's really making a marvelous difference. When you talk about inpatient care, usually that requires a stay in our rehabilitation center for a short period of time, but we also have outpatient care as well.
We only have a few seconds, so I want to make sure that you give the phone number. So if somebody's interested in finding out more information about the Pines of Sarasota, what is the phone number?
365-0250.
Okay, so if they want more information, they can. And do you have a website as well?
pinesofsarasota.org.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much for being here and giving us that information. I didn't know that you were right down here, and also and that you had those DVDs, which would have been really helpful for me at that time when my mom was alive. So thank you again for being here, and we'll be back in a minute on Suncoast FYI.
Hi, I'm Jesse White, owner and founder of Sarasota Architectural Salvage. Since 2003, we've been bringing you incredible architectural elements from around the globe right here to Sarasota. I invite you to come dig through our immense inventory of wrought iron, stained glass, antique furniture, and garden art. And be sure to check out our made from salvage cabinets, tables, and countertops, designed and built with you in mind. We are located at 1093 Central Avenue near downtown Sarasota and on the web at sarasotasalvage.com.
For over 30 years, the Downtown Farmers Market has supplied Sarasota with the freshest produce, fruit, plants, and flowers. You can also find local seafood, cheeses, honey, and bakery goods, including gluten-free. Visit with award-winning local artists and crafters. The Downtown Farmers Market, it's guaranteed to make you feel good 52 weeks a year. The Downtown Farmers Market, every Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon.
That's our show for today. Thanks so much for joining us. If you'd like to promote your business or event on Suncoast FYI, just call our sales department at 941-361-4223. I'm Wendy Mann-Resnick, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.
When our AC units stop working, I need to get someone out here fast.
At AC Warehouse, we're available 24/7 with an entire fleet of trucks that can get you cool quickly.
We needed a company we could trust.
That would do the job right.
First time.
At AC Warehouse, we have trained master technicians to make sure the job is done right the first time.
I live on a fixed income, so I needed a company that provided great value.
At AC Warehouse, we offer online coupons and discounts all year long.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, from downtown Sarasota to our magnificent beaches to our rapidly growing communities